Hello, everyone. I'm Mike with DiscGolfVanLife, bringing you the back half of round one here at the 2025 Jonesboro Open. Brought to you by Play It Again Sports and Westside Discs. Now, the first half, we had Kristin Lätt starting off strong, going bogey free. While everyone else tries to pick up the pace, let's dive into the back half.
Man, and I still got Rebecca Cox here with me.
Everyone, thank you for having me. Appreciate you having the FPO coverage here.
Yeah, we're on to the back 14 here at the Jonesboro Open with Kristin Lätt with a hot start, neg 9. And, just a recap on our card, we have Catrina Allen, then Kristin Lätt, 99 career wins, looking for her 100th win right now. Cat Mertsch, who we know, won it a couple years ago, very emotional win. Silva Saarinen, trying to make some moves, been doing it good this year so far. And we're gonna start your back 14 with hole B13, the par 3, 250 feet.
Yeah, it says 250, but this is a solid fairway driver shot. It's so far uphill, and getting that distance can be a little tricky if you don't get that height right.
Yeah, 250 definitely can be deceiving. It's even really hard to tell here on coverage, but the levels that you have to go up to get to this basket, quite a few of them.
Yeah, this drive definitely packs a punch. You just want to try and throw something hard into that hillside and just stay up there.
Yeah, you could maybe get away with doing a mid range. Kristin showing us how it's done.
Yeah, the trick is to make sure you're not throwing anything too stable, something that'll just flip up and push straight, but won't turn over too far into that junk.
Which Catrina kind of did. She's just on the edge of it, so she might have a clean look at the basket from there. That almost get turned over as well, but... Okay, so not a clean look from Catrina.
Yeah.
Kristin looking slightly downhill at this putt.
Yep, just sailing through this round.
And we got Silva following her up with pretty much the same distance, but now uphill.
Silva's pretty solid in the circle.
Yeah, she's got a solid putt. And this basket, I know it's on the hillside, but it's like not at the top. It's kind of protected from the wind a little bit right here. And really this whole, this added 9 that they have, compared to the rest of the course, is not as windy.
Yeah, it's kind of in the back on its own, so not as much wind for sure.
Yeah, I think it's a completely it's a different course. They actually, we were just talking about this. I think there's 3 courses. They just added they're trying to add another pro level course in the front side. It's a lot more wooded. And then this is where they're playing, you guys are playing half of another course they have on the back side. And this is hole
Yeah.
B14. It's gonna be a par 3, 380 feet.
Yeah, I mean, this hole just sets up perfect for the kind of overstable, straight forehand shot. You can throw the backhand here. You just got to make sure that you are getting your angles correct because there is an OB line fence on the left side. And obviously, these clumps of trees in the fairway you don't want to be inside of because the rough is pretty rough here.
Yeah, so Silva, obviously opting for the backhand, trying to get like a late flip on it. Ooh, almost gets it.
Almost.
Yeah, you just gotta miss that group of trees down there. And yeah, the backhand is definitely the tougher shot here. But even with the forehand, I mean, 380 feet, it is slightly downhill, but you still gotta have a decent amount of power on it.
Looks good. Needs to-
Yeah,
Yeah, I mean, that's really the mistake to make there is to be too far straight and just get caught up on that left side. It's better than being early on the right.
oh yeah, for sure. And Cat, wow, getting it all the way down there, goes past the basket.
Yeah, almost too good. Catrina going for that same backhand route, but yeah, that just gets caught up in those trees.
Yeah, that's the bad mistake you said you don't want to make. And Silva just having to lay it up from that distance.
Yeah, Catrina just with the forehand to get her par.
At least she wasn't obstructed or behind any of that group of trees.
Yeah.
And even Kristin gonna have to settle for a par, just laying it up there. And then it looks like
Yeah,
we're
this
we're gonna have Cat Mertsch
oh yeah,
looking at a birdie. Yeah,
she's like circle's edge long, huh? Okay.
looks like she's just outside, maybe 45, another 10, 15 feet
Mm-hmm.
from the edge of circle.
Yeah, I mean that
Definitely.
backhand just absolutely was clean and just kept flying past the basket.
Yeah, as you said, a little too good, but she's definitely gonna be giving this one a run.
Mm.
Man, that had the height too. It was just off to the side. And that's gonna
Yeah, she
be
hasn't
the
had a lot of opportunities to pick up a stroke on Kristin, but it sucks that she wasn't able to capitalize on that.
I mean, this is a tough one. Even you, from the other card, I think you're sitting at probably, what, 4 or 5 down at this point, and you're the next closest to Kristen, who, I mean, there's not much else we can say, has had an amazing start, 10 down now through, uh, what, 4 15 holes. Now we're on to hole B15, par 3, 230 feet.
Yeah, another musket low birdie here. Very straightforward, basic. Everyone can reach it. You're just looking to have a nice clean shot here. Really, the only thing that you could do wrong is obviously be off the fairway, but not keeping the disc high enough to get up there because it is very slightly uphill.
Yeah, this one's a tough miss to get off the fairway, but even when you get up
Mhm.
towards the basket, there are quite a few trees kind of circling the basket. So you're really just trying to leave yourself in a good position where you got to look at birdie from there. And I say
A little
that,
wide.
yeah, I say that, and then Kristen falls short in the middle of the fairway. There's just that one little skinny tree up there.
Yeah, it's interesting to see forehand shots on this hole.
I mean, I feel like at least for me, I find that I have a little bit more control over hitting like
Mhm.
exact gaps and whatnot with a forehand as opposed to the backhand.
Yeah.
But then someone like Catrina just laces the backhand, no worries. Not really much of a look here. She's got a couple of trees kind of guarding the perfect line. Gives it a great bid though.
Yeah. Kind of odd to see Kristin miss like 2 of the shortest holes on the entire course.
Right, yeah, that was unfortunate, that one skinny little tree right there at the end of the fairway, literally, like, the only tree in the fairway until you get all the way to the
Yeah.
basket. He just happens to hit that one. Then after Cat cleaning up her par, we're gonna have Catrina, easy birdie, and Silva, another easy birdie, which again is one that you wanna get on this, 230 feet, pretty basic, easy
Yeah.
shot, but we say that, and the other short holes, have been giving some of the ladies some trouble,
Yeah.
and that's gonna lead us on to hole B16. This is a par 3, 305 feet.
This is definitely a decision-making hole because you have the OB Creek running right through the middle of the fairway here. The basket is on this little island and also surrounded by OB, so getting a disc to the basket is very difficult because even with it being a downhill shot, it's a low ceiling, so we might see some layups on this hole.
Yeah, I mean, if you really try to go for it, then you have to get lucky skipping across or getting through those trees clean. And I don't
Mhm.
know if the risk versus reward is there because you hit those trees, you have a really good chance of falling OB.
Yeah. And especially when the wind picks up, it can just be really difficult to be accurate like that. I love that skip shot from Cat,
So
though.
so again,
Catrina.
you say that and you talk about the wind. I'm fairly certain she actually meant to lay up, but the wind kinda caught it and skipped her a little bit further, and she almost didn't make
Ugh.
it clean because there's a OB line once you cross over too, if you're short.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, she's just in front of that. Actually gonna have a
Mm.
look at birdie from there.
Yeah.
Preston just laying it up, trying to line herself up, with the basket there.
Yeah, I mean, there is an option to give yourself like a circle 2 putt, but it's so difficult to put yourself in the exact right spot because that's pushing the OB line obviously on that left side. So it's easy to make this mistake just throwing it to the ground because you're pretty much playing it for par anyways. Needs to sit. Okay, good.
Yeah, I think really the wind is, again, not doing it justice because I cut down on the, noise, but oh, nice little bid from Kristen. But I think that's making a lot of the ladies here opt for laying up as opposed to running it. Just the wind is causing havoc with the drives.
Mm.
And here's Catrina for birdie. That was a tough putt. She had that one little tree right in front of the basket. Gave her an awkward angle look at it.
Yeah, and you don't really want to put too much juice on that putt because if you go too far past it, then there's that OB right behind it. So
Yeah, that OB line is, I mean, depending on what angle you're coming at, not even 10 feet from the
yeah,
basket. Just going to be a bunch of
yep. So
pars.
definitely not angry to take a par.
No, I think most people are just laying up and opting for the par anyway. So, hole B17, this is a par 3, 325 feet.
Yeah, this is a righty backhand hyzer. The basket is surrounded by OB here, but it's a little more difficult to get to that OB off the tee pad. You're really just trying to keep something high that'll cut through that wind up there and put yourself in a good position.
So she came up just short of that corner, and
Mm.
she did not go OB though. She's just on the line. Be a tough obstructed putt from there though. Yeah, you really just want to keep it kind of high and wide. The hill is sloped towards the basket, so it really plays well for the hyzer. Katrina went a little bit more fade, but she got in there. Maybe just outside of the circle. Kristin, I wonder if this is her tournament fortress here? Is that
I
red
believe that
blue
is
one?
her fortress.
Yeah. And that's perfect.
Very, very nice. Yeah, Kristen's just really good at having discs that do a lot of the work for her instead of trying to finesse something, especially when the conditions get a little squirrely like this.
Yeah, I think she really knows what she's capable and what she's comfortable with and really plays into that.
Yeah, and when you're throwing lighter discs or just discs that are less stable, there's just so much more mental math that you have to do with the wind and everything, and it's harder to be as accurate.
Yeah, Silva really not even with a look for her putt there,
Mm-hmm.
kind of throws it out there. Same with Cat. That was a little risky of a putt to run with the OB behind, so she just kind of has to lay it up. And, ooh, Catrina from just outside circle almost took the birdie.
Yeah, she's been all over the basket the whole round. It's just
Yeah, there's been
hasn't
like,
quite gotten there yet.
yeah, 3 or 4 just off the chains. I mean, obviously,
Mm-hmm.
we saw starting with hole 1 and just kind of been seeing that from her on quite a few holes.
Yeah, having a push putt like that in this wind, it can be hard on the putting green.
Yeah, the wind really favors you got to have a lot of spin on your putt, allow you to cut through that wind. It's like the less spin you have, the more affected by the wind you are. Gonna be a bunch of
Kristen getting
pars.
away with the only birdie there.
Yeah, a bunch of pars with one birdie from Kristin. Now we're on to hole B18, par 4, 440 feet.
Now, this is our final hole on this little side course here. It's very, very uphill, par 4. The basket's tucked away by this tree, and it's kind of up on a hillside as well. So there is a mando going around that thicker tree. So you're really just trying to push something straight, maybe turn it over a little bit, and give yourself a look to get that upshot.
Ooh, and I believe that was her orbit brace and just fell short of the Mando, so she's gonna be able to still get around that.
Yeah, it might be a little tucked, but luckily I think she's close enough from there that it shouldn't be too much of an issue.
Looks like Silva put herself in a great spot. Although even from there, you do have like a low ceiling all the way to the basket. So I
Yeah, from
yeah, Catrina was a little short, but she's wider to the right. I honestly like that approach a little bit more. Yeah, kind of what Cat's doing here. Although a little turned over,
yeah.
she doesn't have to really contend with that low ceiling to take her approach at the basket as much as even, Catrina here, who, okay, takes it outside, looking for a
Yeah,
bit.
I'm a little surprised to see her go so wide.
Yeah, I think she was looking for a big skip at the end there and just didn't get it.
Hmm. Yeah, that you can hear her say Catherine because that was just not a good shot.
Yeah, because I was
Just
setting her up, she took it out wide there,
yeah.
and she could have avoided the ceiling, and then she just left it inside.
Hmm.
And Silva parks her up shot. Should be an easy birdie from there. And yeah, Kristen's gonna have to take this from a knee. Gotta get around this Mando still. I think that's gonna be her medium moonshine harps right there. Ooh, got a good shape on it too.
Yeah, I just couldn't get anywhere with that low ceiling. Oh
Yeah.
yeah, and cat Mertsch is back there and all that and those trees. Like I said, the rough here is just basically jail, not really much of a swing. So it's gonna be difficult to get her par from there. Hopefully she has a putt.
Yeah, that's kind of the difference that this added 9 is compared to the rest of the course. Oh,
Oh, so close.
Yeah, the original course here, a lot more wide open. I mean, there is a rough, but it's just different, you know? And this 9 that
Yeah.
they've got added here, a lot more wooded, and then the trees are really these skinny trees to where once you get into the rough, it's hard to get through all those trees. Silva making work of that. Nice birdie. And Catrina, she's gonna have to go down, back down that hill. Make an uphill putt here.
Yeah, and of course the wind is still pushing.
Yeah, so she's got probably a right to left headwind looking at this basket. Not an easy putt, but she manages to get through.
Uh,
And still yet, with that missed putt, Kristen's just gonna take a par. And that's gonna lead us on to, okay, so now we're back to the original course. This is gonna be hole 11, which I believe was prior year's hole 1. It's a par 3,
that is
385 feet.
correct. Yeah, so this is a very reachable hole. It's kind of downhill. In these kind of windy conditions, you're really just looking to push an overstable disc up high and just let it kind of fade into the basket.
Yeah, you pick that overstable disc, let the wind lift it up a little bit, turn it over, but not
Hmm.
get turned over like maybe an understable disc would. Really got to be mindful of that once the winds get up past 10, 15 feet or 10, 15 miles per hour.
Yeah, it's not a gimme by any means, but it is one of the more open holes that we have. So you really just want to take advantage of having a wide open fairway like that, like Kristen does here.
Yeah, she got all the glide on that, put her just on the edge of circle. Trina with a lot of hyzer out of her hands. Left that a little inside. She's going to be off to the left side.
Yeah, that can be the easy mistake to make here just because I believe it was a pretty strong headwind and you don't want to flip anything over. So putting too much hyzer on it is definitely something that a lot of people are going to do.
Yeah, and that's where you said Cat typically playing with the more understable disc. That wind just turns her over a little too
Hmm.
much. So now everybody's looking to just try to get up and down for par here. Though we do have Kristen with a look for birdie just on the edge. Silva kind of giving it a bid.
I'm giving it enough height, just not enough juice to get there.
And here we go. Here, this is proof to what we've been talking about. This wind is relentless. Kristen kind of taking a moment here. I mean, she's kind of safe because this is for birdie, so you would think you miss, you're still going to be able to take your par. It's kind of uphill past the basket, so you're not going to go too far.
Oh man, yeah, that got cut up. And I've done this move myself where you come up to a putt that's super windy and you kind of just stand there and count the seconds down
Yeah, you're like, how long do
until
I
you
have?
have to putt.
Right.
Yeah, so you're just waiting for one little break in the wind and then you can go.
Oh, great comeback putt after missing that.
Mm-hmm.
That just shows you what great of a mental state she is in right now. You have this
Mm-hmm.
wind ripping, you get your first putt lifted, flies over the basket, and it's really a testament when you go up to make your comeback putt, how well you do right there.
Oh yeah, even with all the strokes that she has to play with, she just stays on par.
I mean, this is only round 1, so a lot can happen,
Mm-hmm.
although she does have quite a nice lead. But on to hole 12, par 4, 605 feet.
Yeah, so we have a couple options off the tee pad, although you're going to see most people take that little right side gap, the hyzer there, and just put yourself on that hillside. The upshot will be a blind shot, but this is a birdie that everyone's looking to get.
Yeah, it really comes down to your second shot. I mean, there's a little bit to say about your placement on the first shot. But for the
Mm-hmm.
most part, you're gonna end up out in the open. I mean, you could go inside, I guess, then and get back into the tree line if you go too far left, but
Me, right? Yeah.
press in perfect.
Yeah, and she lands way up in front of that 250-foot marker, so she should have a pretty straightforward upshot.
Catrina a little bit
And that's where
hot.
kind of being a big arm is a big advantage because these upshots are cut down to these little, 180-foot shots rather than having to throw something all the way up that hill.
Sure, sure. Instead of, 2 drives, you actually have a drive and a upshot.
Yeah, that was a pretty inside for Cat Mertsch. She's gonna have those branches to contend with.
Yeah, she almost got out of there to give herself a good stance, but yeah, I think she's right under those branches now. And yeah, here's this blind. Oh, okay, good
Whoa,
stop. Good stop.
that was that was a great stop. Yeah.
Yeah, here's that blind approach shot you're talking about. You can't see the basket. You're just trying to keep it kind of wide to the right. Um, Tree branches and a low ceiling do come into play the more left you get. And
Yeah, it is super easy to leave this upshot short as well, because you do have kind of a low ceiling depending on the angle you're attacking this, and also there's OB past the basket.
yeah, see Silva going just straight at it, keeping it low.
That's perfect, perfect. Just that powerful, something that's not too stable that'll just fight through and stand up. That was a great shot.
Yeah, Cat just having to take it from a knee, just throwing it up there. She's gonna have to get up and down from there. I mean, that's gonna be a tough look. Still probably 70 feet from the basket. But Kristin, wow, she got up, going up the hill there. Got a lot of distance on that one. Still kind of left that a little short.
Yeah, yeah. Oh,
Yeah, she's not playing around. Just run everything. I feel you.
yeah, and I wouldn't say that any of these other women are playing poorly. I mean, they're all right about even, right around that line. It's just that Kristin is playing so well. It's hard not to compare yourself to that when you're playing with her.
Well, I mean, if you see it, I think we've kind of alluded to it. She's just really comfortable with the discs she's throwing. And the wind.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, wow. Another great putt. I mean, the wind is just not affecting her as much as everyone else.
Mm-hmm.
And so then we're going to have Catrina looking at still kind of a difficult par. Left herself 15, 20 feet. There we go. The way the basket's been treating her today, I'm glad to see that one stick.
Yeah, solid, powerful putt through that wind. It's a good par save there.
And Cat with the par as well. Managed to fight her way off of that tee box and with that upshot from a knee. Silva with the birdie though. There we go.
Careful to see a birdie, yeah.
Yeah, 2 birdies, 2 pars.
Perfect upshot.
Not too bad, I guess. Hole 13, the par 3, 310 feet.
Yeah, I mean, it's wide open, it's all uphill. There is that OB line on the left, although you rarely see people really going over there. You want to have that wide swinging hyzer if you have it, and just making sure that you have the right height here.
And then Silva decides to go straight at it. Give it a nice
Mhm.
little flip.
Yeah.
And parks it.
Yeah, with the kind of disc that she throws, that is a pretty smart shot for her to throw just dead straight at it. If you do have a little bit more power, the swinging hyzer is an easier shot. But she's just so accurate. That's a great shot.
For sure, for sure. I mean, the hyzer shot is the easier. It's not going to be affected by the wind as much. Although you can leave it a little wide like Kristin does.
If you don't throw something stable enough, it will get caught up in that wind and kind of just turn over like that. Catrina gets the right height here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just a little short, right outside of circle.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we're going to see Cat following her up. Perfect shot.
Yeah, Mertsch finally putting herself in the circle for birdie.
Long bid from Kristin. Gonna have to settle for par. And Catrina, just from outside circle, left it a little wide. And here we go. Cat with the birdie, and Silva should be able to follow her up. A couple of great drives.
Both of them taking the stroke on Kristin.
Yeah, that's good to see. Still in round one. We got a lot of holes to play. This is going to be 2 rounds of 27 holes. And I know they had to, there was some reasons why they had to do that. One, I mean, but just to be qualified for an A tier tournament, if it's 2 round or any rounds, I guess minimum is 54 holes. So for them to do two-day tournament, they had to do 27 holes each day. And here we are on hole 14, getting into the home stretch here. Par 5, 790 feet.
Yeah, and like we've been talking about the whole round, really the upshots are the most important thing here. It doesn't super duper matter where your drive lands here. It's all about really you're setting yourself up on the second shot.
Ooh, just clips that tree.
Yeah, just a little bit inside.
Yeah. Yeah, this one's a tough hole for the women here, and the distance here. It's like you can't quite get enough distance to then justify, especially in the wind. Let me asterisk that too. To justify going for it off of your drive after for your second shot. So you're kind of just laying up down to the drop zone and then trying to get across.
That looked almost like she slipped a little bit, but she's fine.
A little bit, but I mean, still blasted it out there. Almost got all the way down to that last tree on the left side.
Yeah, I mean, I really feel like the big arms can blast down to that second landing zone in perfect conditions, but with this ripping left to right wind, it's just hard to get that distance like that.
Catrina got all the way down there too. Yeah, and you see Silva kind of thinking about the wind here. There is OB down this hill now.
Oh, that's not a good spot. She's most likely just gonna have to lay up to the bottom of the hill from there.
Oh, a little miss.
And this is not an easy layup by any means.
Yeah, maybe a little misjudgment on how that wind was gonna affect her disc.
Mm-hmm.
Went a little bit further left.
Well, yeah, you have the You have those tree clumps on the right side, right in front of Kristin, as you can see, and there's absolutely no swing in there. And the left side, you have that OB line. Plus, if you're under those branches right there, that's also not good.
Kristin didn't quite manage to get through. Not sure if she's gonna be able to make an attempt from there or if she still has to lay up to the drop
Yeah,
zone.
I doubt it.
So Cat trying to get around the trees. Oh, wow.
And yeah, see, that's the thing about even getting clean through there is that you're likely to have some type of weird roll, or just landing softly on that hillside is so difficult.
And Catrina is just having a tough time with the wind here. Still not putting herself in a great spot. And Silva just trying to lay up, get into the drop zone there. And Kristin's gonna have to do the same. All right, so I was there. Catrina, she was looking at running it, trying to go across, but that tree was just in her way, and the wind. She just decides to lay up again. Oh wow!
Oh, did Silva not make it?
No, she did
Whoa.
not make it across on that. So she's gonna go back to the drop zone, basically right in front of where she just threw from.
Yeah. Yeah, and as you can see, that wind is still ripping left to right, so you have to push something that's stable and also make sure that's high enough.
So Kristin's gonna try for a forehand here. I like this.
Yeah, and these
like,
trees surrounding the basket have also grown up a lot. So, oh my gosh, and that's, oh my gosh.
hits the basket from right behind
That's
the drop
insane.
zone. Wow. If that would have went in, oh my goodness. The cat from the drop zone after going OB. Oh, she gets through those trees right there. That's going to be a great spot. Silva went OB when she tried to go across the first time. So now she's at the drop zone. Oh, did you see that wind?
She almost put that in too.
Did you? I
Yeah,
know.
that
Did you
just
see that wind
dropped.
just dropped her? Oh my man, she was going
Like a
right for the.
stone.
Would have loved to have seen that. Catrina's still straight headwind on the putt here. Not easy, and she manages to make it in.
Yeah, sometimes I feel like when we play in really high winds like that, it forces you to put so much more power on it. So, I mean, her last couple putts have been really solid just because I think she's had to.
Yeah, it's almost like in terms of disking up for putting, you know.
Oh, man.
Yeah,
And you can just see how easy it gets away from you.
I mean, look at that. Look at that tree right now. Oh, wow. Wow.
Yeah, and that's a beautiful comebacker too.
You can see she's just not.
After doing something like that, it's incredible.
Look at the tree right now. Do you see this? It's about to fall over. Like even look,
Yeah, these winds are no joke.
Silva is like 3 feet away, and she's still thinking about the wind for sure right now. And then Kristin, after hitting the basket too.
Very, very nice.
All right, hole 15, par 3, 315 feet. Kind of a signature hole here.
Yeah, we have this island hole that the main shot that we see a lot is the overstable forehand shot. Obviously, there is a backhand route as well. It's really up to what's most comfortable for you. As we just saw in the previous hole, there is a lot of wind to contend with, pushing right to left now from the angle that they're throwing. So it just makes this shot exponentially more difficult.
Oh, and I just remembered actually, while we were filming, we're walking through there. I'm sure you remember it too. There's a huge kind of dust storm, and you can kind of see it in the sky right now.
Yeah, this was about a part of the round where the dust really started to fly up because the wind just started picking up more.
And I'm not trying to give away tomorrow, but I'll just say, tornadoes are coming in to the area, like, as we speak almost.
Mm. Mhm.
So Cat went long, went left, OB, and Katrina, what is going on with her disc?
I don't know.
That was crazy.
Oh, wow.
So it, like, lifted crazy high into the air and then just dropped
Mhm.
right inside of the OB line too. So that's safe.
Yeah, she threw arguably one of the most difficult shots to throw there, like the flipping up, uh, straight shot. That might not be
That is OB.
inbounds.
Yeah, just
I think
short.
she looks yeah. Yeah, they brought that OB line way up. I mean, the water level is a lot lower than it has been in previous years as well, so it looks odd,
Come on, come on, come
but
on.
yeah, that's unfortunate.
Oh, man. Cat went OB again. She's gonna have to try again.
Yeah, yeah, this drop zone shot, pretty straightforward, pretty easy, but in this one, it's just you wanna put yourself as close to the basket as possible for that bogey putt.
Alright, I'm just gonna have to say something now. You see the water here? Okay, this is why, if anybody's noticed, it's, oh, come on. Oh, nice, nice. Um, Not a part of the Pro Tour this year. They're doing a lot of work on the course, and they're making this wall of railroad ties. So they're really trying to do it up and get back on the tour. Ooh, good run for birdie there. And be back on the tour probably next year if everything goes according to plan.
Oh, man. That's hard. Yeah, it was, really odd not to see this on the Pro Tour this year, but it's obviously that, they're putting a lot of hard work into this course, so looking forward to having it back next year.
Katrina can get. Ooh.
Mm.
Mm.
Yeah, not sure if that was, like, a lack of commitment. I mean, sometimes I feel like when I play in the wind, my body just decides it doesn't wanna put the disc in the air.
You see that Cat is done with this hole.
Yeah.
I think everybody's done with this hole except for Kristin. She'll take her par.
Yeah, I mean, even making the island in this wind is amazing. So par is, you know, not too mad to take the par there.
All right, here we are, hole 16, 615 feet, par 4.
Yeah, so we're right above the landing zone, about right here, maybe a little bit behind that, if you're not as big of a thrower. Um, Reaching the basket on your second shot is gonna be difficult because there's that, fence line that comes in front of the basket, and it's more open to approach it from the left side, but obviously there's that OB line on the left side, so you have your options if you wanna try and get your drive to the left and give yourself that left side, or just throw it inbounds and see what you can get yourself.
Kristin, a decent spot off the tee. Yeah, this is a tough one to call. I feel like your approach shot, you want to approach the basket from the left side, so you can avoid that fence and the trees. But you have to have a lot. It's a forehand mostly, and you have to have a lot of power. It's still uphill
Mhm.
typically, and it almost forces a lot of people go to that backhand, and you just got to get lucky there at the end, honestly.
Yeah, you kinda just wanna power something up there, crush it, and hope for the best, really.
So Silva kind of went inside, and there is a OB line up there at the top. Not really coming into play, but there's also that tree that's gonna kind of cut her off at her approach. Yeah, this is what I'm talking about. Like, I feel like you want to approach it from the left, but it's just so much harder of a shot. So you just
Mhm.
kind of go backhand and hope you get through. Oh, wow.
Oh, wow.
That was a great upshot from Katrina. Just snuck in on the left side there, even still with the backhand. Oh, and that gets turned over. Oh, that's tough. That's gonna put her over by the next tee pad almost.
Birdie here is very tough.
Let's see if she can get lucky through these trees. No.
Yeah, like if you can keep it high enough to maybe it can fight through those branches, but it's so far uphill, it's just not guaranteed.
Cat trying to get through. She got caught up as
Okay.
well.
Oh, put a little bit power on that.
Ooh, I win. Wow. I think she was just kind of laying up, but that wind was, wow.
Yeah.
I liked her reaction. She's like, what just happened? Like, I don't even know. Silva, I feel like she was obstructed and had to lay up there. I'm not sure. Hard to have seen from our
I was trying to
angle.
go for it, but that was a hard spot to go from, it seemed. She went on the other side where that other part of the fence is long.
Yeah, I feel like maybe there was something in her way and we just couldn't tell from the angle we had. Or maybe it was that super strong tailwind. Tailwind would drop your putt pretty hard.
Yeah, the wind is just blasting away right now. I mean,
We're not going to stop talking about it. Like, literally every...
I refuse to
Yeah.
let you guys forget about it.
I should have just left the wind noise in there and just... All right, hole 17, 630 feet, par 4.
Yeah, I mean, you're just really trying to get down there to that landing zone. It is a little bit of a low ceiling shot, not really many options besides just going straight. The hyzer isn't really that good off the tee here if you want to go all the way around.
I don't think we're seeing anybody trying that. Just kind of go...
Yeah, just with the way the wind is pushing, it's just not it's not an ideal wind for that shot.
Yeah, you gotta hyzer flip something underneath that tree branch and just hope that you don't get flipped over. Ooh. Okay.
Yeah, and it's tough too because you're like going downhill, so your nose angles are already pointing down, and then you have that wind on top of your disc pushing it down as well. So you just got to find the right recipe here.
Yeah, that was a little funky reaction from Kristin. She skipped up there, managed to get some distance, and Cat, it's turned over a bit. Okay. Oh, what? Rolls all the way down?
Man.
Oh my goodness, that's OB. There's OB down there.
That's rough.
Wow. Her spot where she landed wasn't gonna be that bad, but then just rolled like 60, 70 feet. Silva just getting under that branch out there. Gonna be off to the left. Should be a hyzer approach, maybe. Okay,
Yeah.
she's not too far left. She likes to go more straight at
Yeah,
it.
she's probably around 300-ish feet from here. And this is another hole where we don't have an elevated basket like we've seen in previous years on the Pro Tour. So that makes this putting green a little easier, but it also makes it so you can't really see the basket from where you're at.
Yeah, and there's Cat from OB trying to get around this bunch. I don't even know what a bunch of trees and manages to not get around it. So Catrina, similar spot to Silva. Nice.
Wow, whatever she
tip.
threw was stable.
Yeah, that was great.
Very nice.
Leave their inside circle for a look at birdie.
Yeah, there's also some OB on the left side of the basket. If you go long past it and also left of it is OB, so you don't want to push the upshot too far.
I still can't believe Kristin got as far as she did. I mean, she hit the ground 50 feet off the tee, and the wind just kind of lifted her, and took her out.
Yeah, I mean, she has plenty of power. You know, sometimes if you throw it hard enough, the shank will go far.
She shanked it, and she got the furthest drive out of everyone, so. But left her up shot is angle, left her up shot short, so she's going to be outside circle for her look at birdie.
Yeah, when you're in kind of squirrely conditions like this, sometimes it's all about making the right mistake.
So this is a tough putt right here. Kind of similar putt to what we saw on hole 11 with her. Ooh, similar result too. Just kind of glided over top of the basket. Not as bad though. Much easier comeback putt than 11. Catrina.
Great putt.
There we go. Bringing in some birdies here at the end of the round.
Yeah, very nice birdie to get down the stretch.
And Silva from about the same distance, maybe a foot or two closer. Nice, another great birdie. All right, so they're going to take another one on Kristin here. They need to take as many as they can right now. This is a hot round, first round for Kristin. I'm trying to remember what you finished with here. You should still be sitting at what, 5-6 down? Coming into hole 18?
Yeah.
This is a par 3, 345 feet.
Now, this is another reachable hole. Definitely a hole that you want to birdie, but like we said, with the conditions the way they are right now, you may just want to lay up or try and just push your drive up and left of the basket because there is more of an opening on the left side of the basket down there.
Yeah, there's OB on the right side. There's that kind of creek that cuts through right in front of the basket. Puts you in a drop zone that's still a ways away, like 70, 80 feet.
Yeah.
If you
But
take,
this is probably a solid tailwind for them, so it's the best possible wind you could have for this hole. Ooh.
Yeah, makes it across. Great drive. Yeah, this is one where the flippy discs are the ones you really want. Give you a nice tailwind. It'll stable you up out there.
Yeah, just make sure you have enough height on it so that way. Oh.
Ooh, that's OB. Yeah, that's that creek that cuts.
Yeah, and I have seen some shots like skip over that OB creek and stay in bounds, but fortunately, that was not the case.
Kristin probably, yeah, riser flip. Right at it. Leaves it a little inside. Oh, gets clipped. Makes it oh, wow. Great roll.
Wow, okay.
Giving her some love today. Cat also going for it. Oh, look at that wind. That was crazy.
Yeah.
It was going down, went up, went back down. And look, we haven't really mentioned it all round, but Kristin is about to go bogey free through 27 holes. I don't know if anybody was aware of that, but if you weren't, now you are.
Extremely impressive just with the conditions, and obviously she's competing against a lot of really good women out here as well, so it's not like she's just keeping her foot off the pedal or anything.
No, and as we said, we alluded to earlier, it's not like anyone's necessarily playing bad. She's just playing really, really solid.
And we can see why she makes the right mistakes. She has very good control over this in her bag. Never seems like she makes any huge glaring mistakes. It's always something small that, keeps her from getting the birdie.
Well, I mean, if you notice, she has just a few select discs that she's been. Oh, wow.
Oh, what the heck?
That's not cool,
That is
man.
painful.
But she's been cycling through a few discs. The Rives, the Tournament Fortress, Grace. in the Grand Glories. And that's her go-to.
Wow, what an incredible round from Kristin Lätt. Bogey free through all 27 holes, absolutely flawless. She caps it off with a 1032 rated performance, setting the pace here at the 2025 Jonesboro Open. Man, looking at that leaderboard, it seems like Rebecca Cox might be the only one within striking distance. And if you've been enjoying the coverage, do us a favor, hit that like button, drop a comment, and make sure you're subscribed. We've got an exciting final round coming your way, and you're not going to want to miss it.